So, Paul, were you impressed with the Thunder's win over your Celtics last night?
Yeah, I've been impressed with the OKC Thunder all year long. They seem like they playing with a chip on their shoulder this year with the way last year ended, them being the #1 seed in the West and going out in the second round. So they look like, hey, look, we're not the same team as we were a year ago. Shea is upset he didn't win the MVP a year ago, which you could have easily gave it to him, and it looks like he's the front runner to take home the award, especially after what I saw this weekend and what I saw yesterday. So, but I am a little concerned with the Celtics. I'm a little concerned. They've had some ups and they have some downs. This game was concerning because when the threes aren't falling...
Ooh, you shoot 31% from three, man. You can't win.
When the threes aren't falling and our lack of ability to get to the free throw line is concerning because sometimes that shot is not going to be there. What's concerning is the Celtics are second to last in free throw attempts per game.
Yeah, because they're not getting to the cup.
Because they settle a lot. So that could be concerning, and that's one of the reasons they've given up multiple 20-point games. They were up, I believe, 20 a couple weeks ago to the Cleveland Cavaliers at home. They walked them down and
23.
won. So things like that happen when you settle for too many threes. So it's a little bit of concern, but hopefully they can get healthy. And if they get healthy, Porzingis will help in that category. But it's a little concerning right now. But if they, they'll be fine.
You don't want them shooting 63
No, I don't want them shooting 63 threes.
No, they can shoot them.
When they got the two best athletic wings in the game who are capable of getting to the basket and drawing contact and putting pressure on the referees, I think they should utilize that aspect when the threes aren't falling. But they understand how to win, and once playoff time, I think they'll notice that, they'll recognize that, and they'll be all right. They're champs. Don't forget that. They're champs.
Is the definition of shooters shoot.
Yeah, shooters do shoot. But you know what? That's who they are. I don't want them to not go away.
63 threes, though.
Yeah.
That's the third most attempts in league history.
Yeah, I know. But they're a three-point shooting team. But don't go away from who you are, but just tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, but when you 0 from 5 like Brown, and you are Tatum, and you 4 for 12 like Tatum, and then Pritchard, he was on fire the other night, but not last night.
Yeah.
And Doogie Howser, what happened to that? That ain't go nowhere either. But you shoot 31%.
Regular season and playoffs is two different animals.
No, of course, Paul, it is. Of course it is. But this is the time you start tuning up.
Yeah, for sure.
For the playoffs. So look, I'm not Paul. I like his stuttering and his slow
and they
talking.
did it without their second leading scorer, which was even more impressive.
Yeah, but he slow talking and nervous and stuff like that. And I like that because that tells me he's really worried about them in these situations. I'm not. I think when the playoffs come, they know how to turn on the switch.
Well, if the Lakers do their business, we'll be good with playing the Lakers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We just got to stay healthy. We got the same issue y'all got. Can we get healthy? Can we stay healthy?
Yeah.
And can King James come back as the same guy prior to his injury?
Yeah. Were you impressed with the win over the Celtics?
To be honest with you, I was not. Because, people go into Boston every year and win when you don't expect them to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every year, no matter who it is. The Lakers went down there.
Without AD or Bron.
Without AD and Bron and turned Austin Reeves into the next great Larry Bird in Boston.
Austin Bird Reeves last year.
Yeah, Austin Bird Reeves. So you've seen it happen. Cleveland stole one in the playoffs from them last year in Boston. So you seen it happen, but they wind up raising the Davey O'Brien trophy anyway.
Mm-hmm. But are they the
team? Larry O'Brien, I'm sorry. Davey O'Brien is a quarterback in football.
Are the Thunder the team to beat in the West, though?
As long as the Lakers are injured. If they get healthy, the Lakers, I believe, could take care of OKC. So for me, with the Lakers banged up and not a healthy Luka, not a healthy LeBron, you got OKC, Denver, then the Lakers. Once the Lakers get fully healthy come playoff time, then I'll push them ahead.
I think that the Thunder are very impressive. I mean, I picked SGA to win the MVP before the season started and for the Thunder to come out of the West. And they've been incredibly impressive. They've leveled up and been consistent from what they were building on last year. That's why they have the second best odds to win the title this year. SGA has been having an incredible season. I try not to react too much to regular season games because, to your point, you can go into Boston and win, and it's a long season, and people get caught up in what the regular season matchups were, and what was the point disparity and all that. To your point, Paul, once the postseason starts, it's a completely different season, and the Celtics are an extremely experienced team,
Right.
particularly in the postseason. They're champs and defending for a reason, and the Thunder are young. And a lot of times when you see matchups like this, particularly in the regular season, when you have a team that is going to try and repeat or, you know, has a bunch of champions on the team, sometimes this can happen. You get out of your game plan. I mean, 63 threes is laughable.
That's a lot.
It's
But,
too many.
Yeah, but it makes it concern because you got another team
from OKC.
Yeah, but you got another team in the Eastern Conference that got the best record in the league that we got to be worried about in Cleveland too.
Are you worried about Cleveland?
Listen, I got to put some respect on Cleveland's name. Even though they beat the Celtics twice, even though they haven't been healthy, they've won 15 games in a row twice this season. They've been on multiple 10-plus winning streaks. That says that you're a contender when you go on that type of runs throughout the regular season. So absolutely, I will not take Cleveland lightly. There should be more talk about Donovan Mitchell in the MVP talks. They have a great balanced team, and Kenny Atkinson should win the Coach of the Year. Yes, there is concern over there in Cleveland.
You think it'd be a long series if they match?
I think it will be a long series. I do believe it could possibly go 7 because Cleveland is going to have home court advantage.
Right. Are you worried about the Celtics?
I'm not worried about them because I again, they get Porzingis back.
I like Keith talking like
and everybody.
Hey, this is man.
I know, he said a lot of nice things about the Celtics.
Man, you saying some good things about the
but I
Celtics.
didn't say they was gonna win the
It's good that you
title.
having a change of heart over there, man. It's good to hear that.
Damn heart. I'm just
It's good
telling
to hear
you.
you take that hate out your heart, man. This is good. This is a revelation.
Paul Pierce, Travion, right?
Travion.
Beyond Anthony.
Anthony, same thing. Anthony, Travion is all the same. Anthony, Paul Anthony Pierce.
Got Travion. Anthony.
Look, though, I believe if you get Porzingis back, they stay healthy. Them 63 threes and that 31% shooting from three, that's not going to happen. They're going to start knocking shots down. And they do have, like Paul saying, 2 of the terms of wings that can get to the cup with the best of them. Yeah. I watched Tatum yesterday. He took off from the half court and got to the cup. One time, I'm like, well, that's what you need to be doing on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
But they get caught up in this 3-ball time in the NBA, and that's what people do. So I'm not really worried about them like that. Like Paul, I understand 7 games, and Cleveland's beat them twice, and Cleveland has home court advantage.
But the only thing is I'm worried more because, like, when it's tough to repeat in any sport.
Absolutely. 100%.
You don't want complacency to set in. Like we won last year.
But I don't think that's going to be the case with them.
And it's going to be easier because I saw a dominant team a year ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see some of the tendencies that I saw in this team 2 years ago when they were chasing the title, when they were letting teams come back from 20 and they were taking teams lightly at home. And that's why 2 years ago when Jimmy Butler came in there and beat us on our home floors because we didn't take care of our home floor. And that's why it makes me a little worried.
But you also had an inexperienced head coach that was shoehorned into that position at the start of the season out of nowhere, who didn't really, he was just stated. He didn't gain no respect from him until last year.
They know how to go and win a championship. But to Paul's point, they're not going for a three-peat. It's really hard to repeat in any sport, and there hasn't been a repeat champion since the Warriors, and we know what that team had going on. So, you can't get too comfortable in this league when you have teams that are hungry, like the Cavs, who have been there year after year and have been building and getting experience. And then even if you do make it out of the East, you've got whoever coming out of the West who's going to be a really formidable team. I mean, we haven't even mentioned the Nuggets in this segment either, who we are just completely overlooking because we're talking about the Lakers and the Thunder. Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.